Businesses are living organisms made up of people, and I think that one of the things that's very important for a business is to think of themselves as a community, not as a family. Typically in a family, you don't hire and fire people except under very unusual circumstances. I know it does happen once in a while. You fire your father or you disown your son or whatever, but that's rare. And to use the family as a metaphor for business is a big mistake, I think, because the family is very different. You've got the whole dynamics of a blood relationship and all the integration of the family dynamics. But a community shares the mission and the vision and the values and the guiding principles of the company. So when you think about a community as a living entity within an organization, I think that is a useful way to talk about a company, to talk about them as a community. We're a community of people that come together with shared values, and we work together to achieve a goal. And they need to understand that goal. Families don't have goals typically. They don't set out business plans, and they don't have guiding principles and a vision and a mission. But businesses need that. That's critical. Those are critical elements to, I think, sustainability. And I think the metaphor or the image of a community works toward achieving that sustainability. I think if you have family members in business with you, either as partners or as employees, you need to have clearly defined areas of responsibility, and you need to make a clear differentiation between family and business. And you need to make sure that the family member, whether it's a partner or an employee, understands those differences. Business is business, family is family. We need to leave the family outside of the workplace. We need to leave the workplace outside of the family. So it's tricky, and it's the success of family businesses, the failure of family businesses is very high, because people don't have clearly defined areas of responsibility. They mix the two, and all of a sudden you've got dynamics at work that destroy the business. It's a challenge. It can be done. I know of examples where family businesses or family members in business together work together very well. But in most cases, it's because they have defined this is business and this is family, and they've kept those differences clear and distinct. And when at work, they were working on behalf of the business, and outside of the business, they functioned as a family member. And you can do that. But if you don't have those lines clearly defined, you're asking for trouble, and I've seen lots of that. When you have family members involved in a business, it's even more imperative that you define very clearly what the purpose of the business is, what its vision and mission, guiding principles, and how the family members buy into those concepts. Where does it want to take the business? Where do you want to take the business? Where do the family members want to take the business? And make sure that there is clear understanding. What gets tricky is when there's vague and unclear, and particularly if it's a management and employee situation, but also if it's two partners that are brothers or sisters, or brother and sister, or husband and wife. You're asking for, it's challenging enough to have a successful business. When you have family members involved, you've added pressure, you've added dynamics that make it even more challenging. It can work, but you better have clearly defined areas of responsibility and make sure that everybody understands those.